Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Gary Holt from Exodus and formerly from Slayer, and you're listening to The Razor's Edge.
Hi guys, what's going on? It's Tom here from The Razor's Edge, and I'm sat here with Simon Barr of Dawn Raid. How's it going, my friend? Are you well?
I'm very, pretty well. Yeah, pretty good. Very happy to be. Thanks for inviting me on.
Not at all. Thank you for coming. It's graciously appreciated. So I think we'll go back a little bit and we'll start at the beginning-ish. How was your pandemic season? I know it's kind of still a thing-ish in a way, but how have the last couple of years been for you?
Fucking hell. I feel like the pandemic as a whole was, it's shit, horrible, negative for the most part. But managed to find some positivity in it at times. But I feel like initially the worst thing about the whole situation was that people were dying, and that was horrible.
Yeah.
And that obviously had to take sort of the most of our attention. But maybe now we're sort of maybe past that point a little bit. I feel like we're all maybe able to talk about how it's sort of affected us all personally, people who maybe weren't quite as heavily affected, but nevertheless it still affects you. And yeah, I find it hit me pretty hard, really, in retrospect. I felt like it took the wind out of my sails in a lot of different ways, like sort of creatively, and like our band took a bit of a knock, and kind of tough, really. But it's really made me really appreciate loads of things about my life that I took for granted before, and I'm quite keen to not take those things for granted anymore. So try and find the positives where you can, but I guess it was tough.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry to hear that shit that you struggled with and everything. But in a way, it's kind of like a really weird sense of, but at least I now know that that I could focus on these areas. I want to make sure this doesn't happen again, that doesn't happen again, etc.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks. Obviously, it hit the band quite hard, but you're still going. So it's sort of that kind of thing.
And I don't want to talk it up. Yeah, I don't. It was probably any worse for me than for a lot of people. But and at the time, I felt like we were all just like, you get your head down that, no, we're going to get through this. I'm going to fucking find some cool indoor hobbies, or I'll, like read a lot of books, or and you got through it as best you could. But I feel like, maybe in retrospect now, I'm like, okay, that was tough, actually. And I don't mean to overstate it. I've not had like a terrible time, but I feel like we've all maybe gone through something kind of mad and a little bit traumatic, maybe, and maybe it'll take us a few years to process all that, I think.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's kind of weird when it's almost like, you can't leave, you can't go anywhere, you stay where you are. I'm like, I'll be able to 3 weeks, 4 weeks, it'll be fine. And
that was it, when it was 2 weeks off, and it was like, then it'll be all back to normal, everything will be fine. Okay.
Then it got to November.
Yeah.
And it was 2022, and you're like, where the fuck have the last few years gone? Absolutely insane.
Yeah.
So let's go all the way back then, Simon. Like, what actually made you want to be a musician? What got you into music originally?
I was given music lessons as a very young kid at school, from being about 7. I guess technically that was my first foray into music, but as a kid, you don't really know why you're doing that stuff, do you? You don't understand the value of it. You don't know how maybe important that could be for your life. But I think I remember the first record I bought was Nimrod by Green Day, just because I saw either that or Offspring's Americana, one of those two albums, just because I saw kids that were a little bit older than me at school wearing the t-shirts. I remember going and buying the Green Day tape and not even knowing like what it was. I just knew that the yellow circle over the face, and I just knew like kids that were cool had that. So I got it on cassette, actually. It was still sold on cassette, and I didn't even know I didn't know what punk was. I didn't know what it was even going to sound like. And then I was just a punk from there, I guess. But, that was my.
That is incredible. Two strong albums to go for as well. Like incredible choices. So obviously punk is what influenced you then into becoming a musician. But you played violin, is that correct?
Yeah, I just learned violin at school, and kind of my mum was quite encouraging me to keep it going. Which I did. I got into playing like some traditional folk music and stuff, which is cool, and that was really fun. And I kind of let it fall by the wayside for a little bit because it wasn't like very cool, and like it wasn't sort of like the coolest instrument to play. But you get a bit older, and you realize, okay, no, actually, there's value in this, and yeah, I feel like I've managed to nurture like a really good musical relationship with Fabian, who plays guitar for us, because me and him have been playing music together since like 2008 or something, so a long time. And yeah, it's kind of like I forget that it's this slightly odd instrument, really, that most people maybe don't connect with heavy bands, but because it's just what I play every day, so you forget that it's maybe a slightly unusual thing, but.
Yeah, I mean, you've incorporated it well. I mean, Yellowcard obviously did it with their, their style of punk. So
yeah, what better fucking band to follow than Yellowcard? So
well, exactly, absolutely unbelievable. Luckily, got to see them before they split up. So I think they're coming back and playing again, though, aren't they? Soon?
Yeah. Have any of those bands actually split up? They don't all play like there's just festivals where they all just play like.
Yeah, we can't do this anymore, guys. We've had enough. We've had enough. 3 years later, it's Slam Dunk's big 50-year anniversary. Oh yeah, here we go, then, boys. Wait, hang on a second. I thought you guys. No, it's fine. It's fine. Water under the bridge. So how did you guys all meet then?
Me and Fabian met at university in Liverpool, and we started a screamo band called We Came Out Like Tigers. That was my first proper band, really, as an adult. We ended up playing some shows with Matt, who used to play in a band called Black Mass, like a sort of heavy metal band. We needed a drummer for a tour, so Matt filled in for either 1 or 2 tours, I can't remember, for We Came Out Like Tigers. And then We Came Out Like Tigers broke up. And we'd been talking about playing in a black metal band for years, actually, because we were all really into black metal as well. And we kind of said, okay, when this band stops, next band will be a black metal band. And We Came Out Tigers broke up, and me and Fabian just rang Matt straight away and be like, do you want to start practicing in a death metal band like next week? And he was like, yeah, definitely. And it's literally the day one band finished, the same day Dawn Rage started, I guess. So yeah, I guess I've known those guys quite a while now.
That's what did you study at uni?
I did history.
Okay.
I finished it. Yeah, I was pleased with finishing a degree, but I've never used it. I work in construction. I have never shown my certificate to anybody. I've never taken it to it. I don't know. I don't know if there's. I guess some nice things have come out of it, some nice friends and stuff, but I have yet to use my degree. So,
did you anything you want to use it for specifically, or did you just really enjoy history?
Do you know what? I didn't enjoy history that much. I think I was just told as a kid that I was good at it. You know, you're like, all right, yeah, I'm good at history. I wasn't very good at it. And I never really knew why I was there at university. I was kind of like, never really understood what was going on. And I was actually just really good at practical things. I really liked doing sort of woodwork and stuff at school. I've since got into I work in construction for myself now. So that's what I was good at. But I didn't really have the confidence as a kid to like say, no, I'm going to pursue this. It just felt like everybody went to university at school, so I did. And I did fall into why I was there. And still don't really know why I went, but fuck it.
I love it, because you get to 16, you're like, what do you do in your life? Tell me now. You've got to decide right now what you're doing for the rest of your life. And you go, oh, shit, media studies.
Yeah, what job do you want to do? I don't fucking know what jobs there are. Like, tell me 5 jobs. What jobs are there? Fucking hell, man. I've got mates now that they tell you what, I'm still learning what jobs exist like now. Like, my mates are telling me, they're working like fucking do social media for people or like research jobs or all that stuff. And no one fucking told you that. No one told me that if you work in the Jaguar factory in Liverpool, you get paid a fucking fortune. Like, no one tells you, like, fucking hell.
Yeah, I could tell you what algebra is, and I could recite pi to about 50, 60 places.
Thank God. Yeah, thank God. Yeah.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Yeah. So obviously you've gone from screamo to black. I mean, that's quite a transition as well. And take it, you just got a lot of influences from everywhere. You want to try a little bit of this and that, and obviously black metal's just fucking taken off and been absolutely great for you. So the name Dawn Raid, where does it come from?
It's from a poem by an anarchist called Voltairine de Cleyre, a woman who's writing sort of start of the 1900s. She just wrote this really nice poem, and I don't know, it kind of just jumped out at me. I was reading her poetry quite a lot when we were getting going, and I kind of liked the double entendre of like the sun coming up at dawn, but also like and being illuminated by it, and also the idea of a dawn raid of like, you know, the cops kicking your door down the first thing in the morning. So I guess that was the intention. So yeah.
So that makes sense now because I didn't understand. I was like, it's a great name, and I was just really intrigued to it. But yeah, no, that makes perfect sense.
To me, it was obvious, but I feel like maybe it wasn't as obvious in retrospect as I thought. But fuck it, whatever.
No, but it's your band at the end of the day. Who gives a shit, really? Do you know what I mean? As long as you guys get it. Like, I'm just not as conscious as you, Simon. That's what it is.
Don't know about that, man. Fucking hell.
So where did you? So obviously, there's all different types of metal these days, and obviously you went down the black metal road. But like, how did you find that the Dawn Raid sound?
I think like we've come out of sort of atmospheric black metal. I suppose like the first sort of black metal band I got into was like Wolves in the Throne Room, like bands like Woods of Desolation and all that sort of stuff I used to like. So I guess we've sort of come from atmospheric black metal. I guess. We definitely have like some folk influences, but like I don't think we sound like other folk black metal bands. And I think our new record, when people hear it, there's like a lot of different influences in there, a lot of different sounds, and I feel like for the first time in this record, we've kind of really found a sound that is uniquely ours. I think that I'm really pleased with. Yeah. So yeah, we kind of describe it as like punk black metal, I suppose, but I don't know. It's so hard to describe your own band, isn't it? And I don't know. Anarchist black metal with a violin, I guess. It gets used a lot. So.
Brilliant. I do like
black metal. Fuck knows.
Yeah. No, it's great. I mean, we'll get onto the new album, but like, listen to that today, which it just blew me away. Metal, like I like metal core. So I'm one of those like the people that's like in between. So like you get the softer stuff like pop punk and everything, and then you've got like the metalcore, like hardcore, that sort of thing, and then you've got metal. I'm like in the in between part. I'm like, I don't know if I should go either way. Like I'm not sure.
I think like I mean I know black metal is just horrendous for purists, but like I don't know, my experience of life is that most people that like music. You like lots of different types of music. I don't like. There's loads of moments I don't listen to black metal. Like I like lots of punk. I like some metalcore as well. A whole range. I'm sure you do a whole range of types of music. That's normal, isn't it?
So vocals wise then, because I just don't know how you do it really. It's how the hell do you get that sound to continuously do it as well? Like how do you get? I'm assuming you have to warm up a lot and do a lot of training, etc., to be able to growl as much as you do. I do warm up quite a lot, and especially when I'm on tour, when you're singing every day. Like I think the longest tour we've done is 20 days, like a show every day, which I was fine. I've never really lost my voice. I've struggled to sing once because I was a bit ill, but yeah, so far I've been okay. I think what I do is, what do they call it? The false chord scream. I think what they tell me on YouTube, but I find it hard to explain how to do it really, but I don't know. It just seems to work, and I know in my body, like I know how to in my chest, and like I know where to get it from, but it's so hard to explain to other people. I guess, there is like singing teachers out there that understand all the biology and the technicality of it, but I'm probably not that smart really. But yeah, just warming up. I'm vegan and straight edge, so like I which mostly comes from touring. They're just trying to stay really healthy, not smoke on tour. So yeah, I have to stay pretty healthy, look after myself, and warm up a lot. But there's loads of great videos now on YouTube to sort of teach you to do that stuff, and it's just practicing it, and everything's just practice, I guess. Yeah, that's absolutely. It's amazing. Like it's absolutely incredible, and I'm very excited to go and hear the new record. Before we get to that quickly though, lyrics wise, then. So obviously you say you're like an anarchist, like anti-fascist, like band, etc.
Yeah.
Lyrics wise, then, are you trying to make a statement with those lyrics? Are they personal? Are they from experience? Like, where do they come from?
Oh, that's a nice question. It's hard, I guess. This is like our third full length, and we've done an EP as well. So that's probably about like 35 songs or something we've written. And initially, I was writing some personal things, like some emotional things, and then some political things. Because for me, I don't think you can ever separate the personal and the political. I think for me, like political thought and politics is like, it's just the business of everyday life. And all the things that we complain about and that we find hard, these things are all political. Yeah, they happen for a reason, and the systems that subjugate us, that produce the material conditions under which we live. So I don't think you can ever separate the two. However, I did, after a while, make a choice to only write political songs. We got a lot of grief one time ever. We put up a photo of us holding an anti-fascist action flag, and we got like really heavily trolled, a lot of death threats, and like just loads of shit online. So it just kind of made me realize like how big a problem the far right is in this scene, actually. And that kind of made me double down. I was like, okay, fuck it, I'm only writing political songs from now on. Like this, if this is what people think we are, this is what we will be. But yeah, I try and just discuss these ideas in ways that I understand and make sense to me, and I hope might make sense to other people, because politics and political music can sound like it could be very dry, but you know, like for me, like the refugee solidarity work, people literally pulling people out of the ocean, pulling families out of the ocean and taking them to the shore to save their lives. Like, is there anything more emotional than that? That is incredible. And people who, you know, save foxes from hunts, or people who fucking put themselves in the way of skinheads and Nazis to protect vulnerable people. These are such beautiful stories, like things we should be so proud of that our community does, and that we can all contribute to. And that nothing makes me cry more than fucking a really well written political song. So for me, there's no separating them. So I think they're emotional political songs, I suppose, is how I understand it.
That was very inspirational. I was literally like I wanted my hand on my heart. This is too talk a bit longer. I said, yes, Simon, exactly. Oh, wonderful. So, by the way, when you got trolls and that, people are such keyboard warriors, aren't they? Like, there's no way they'd come up to you and be like, and just start screaming random shit in your face for no reason whatsoever.
Ever. Like, they never do. I the first time it happened, because we came from like the sort of squat and DIY scene where everything was left-wing and anarchist. So you could just say what you wanted and everyone agreed. And maybe there's, we're probably preaching to the choir quite a lot, but yes, we never got any shit for anything because everyone agreed. And then we moved into this sphere of music where not everybody agreed with us. And I remember getting up to go to the toilet in the night and just seeing my phone was just fucking like blowing up. And just like, there was like hundreds and hundreds of comments. And it must have got posted like 4chan or something. There's all that sort of humor and all sorts of memes. And I just sat for like for an hour in the middle of the night, just deleting all these comments. And it rattled me. I was like, fucking hell, like this is a bit scary actually. Like, you know, like, should I tell my girlfriend about this? Like, is this like, how gnarly is this? But then you realize it's just fucking weird children. It's literally like children on message boards, like who pose no threat to you at all. No. Don't really engage with anything in the fucking real world. One time ever, a guy came up, there's actually a show in Liverpool, a guy came up to me and said, "Oh, I support white power." And I was stood talking to the promoter. The promoter was black. And we both just looked at him and we literally carried him out of the venue, like his feet didn't touch the floor. So like that's the only time anyone's ever confronted me face to face. And we've been playing shows for 7 years. We played all across the Americas, all across Europe, hundreds and hundreds of shows. No one ever says a fucking word. It's just keyboard kids. Like,
that's what I get. Like, what a twat. I don't. Again, that's another thing I really don't understand. You know, we're just all people. We're all human. We all bleed the same. Like,
yeah.
What gives you the fucking right to come up to somebody out of nowhere and just be like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. The fucking mental. Yeah, the fucking mental. Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you. It is just kids that are bored, nothing better to do. Oh, that'd be funny. I'll try and ruin someone's life. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Give them a little 5 minutes of, oh, do you know what I did? I told someone in another country to fuck off. What feeling?
Yeah. Fucking hell, Gims.
Yeah, meant it.
Yeah.
So, the brand new album, To Know the Light, is out on Friday, March 24th. Are you excited for the release?
Yes, I am. I feel like it's been a long time coming. We recorded it like over a year ago now. It took a while to mix and master, but I feel like, and there's all the pressing plant delays and all this sort of shit. So it's taken a while to come to fruition actually. And I just can't wait to see what people think. I just hope people like it. I'm really excited to get it out there. Yeah.
Well, like I said, I got to check it out earlier, and it's superb, absolutely superb. I'm excited for you actually, because there's so many different elements and factors, and it's not just. I don't think like it's pure black metal. Like it's quite atmospheric black metal. Like there's a lot of different stuff in there that I was like, oh, you know, when you listen to the song, you're like, okay, I'm enjoying it. It just goes somewhere completely different. You're like, oh my days, oh okay,
Yeah,
this is great. Like, where am I now? And then you head straight back into it again. Yeah, absolutely incredible. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm like we used to be sort of a bit conscious of like because we were never a true black metal band because we were left wing or whatever, and that was something we were a bit conscious of, and we tried to play up to that too much, I think, and we tried to be a real true black metal band, whatever that is. But I think on this record we're just like fuck it, I'm just gonna write songs that like I like, and I like a lot of different types of music, and call it whatever you want. I don't care. Like I don't care what genre people say it is. I'm don't raid music, I don't know.
It's sick, man. And like I said, you've released 2 singles already, Ancient Light and The Battle of Sunflame. How have they been received?
Yeah, good. I was really pleased, actually. Really, really well. Especially Battle of Sunflame seems to have gone down really well. I guess it's like politically and lyrically, it's very, very direct, which I think people like look for in us, I suppose. They seem to have gone down really well. Sort of trying to, it's hard to gauge the response only online because we've not really toured this record yet. So I guess we'll see once we're a bit more out in the world. But yeah, it seems to be a really positive response, which I'm stoked on.
Excellent. That's great. So what actually sets this album about? Like, what sets this record apart from the other 2?
We just put more effort into it. I think we sort of really prided ourselves on being a touring band, and we were just fucking tour constantly, and we were just trying to play everywhere, and we're good live. Yeah, I think we're really tight live, and we really sort of prided ourselves on that. But we just weren't putting enough effort into the writing, and we were sort of like we were writing records so we could go out and tour. And I guess like COVID fucked that up. Yeah, all of a sudden we didn't have that. And we're like, oh fuck, okay. Like if we're not just recording and writing, we're not doing anything. This band isn't even happening. So I think COVID gave us a bit of a new focus, and we wrote a few songs initially and sat down and listened to them. We're like, these songs are exactly the same as the previous record. We've done nothing different or new here. So we those songs made it onto the record, but they were thoroughly reworked. And we tried to just go through every song with a fine tooth comb and add as much as we could and like layer it up. And we just thought much more about the songwriting this time, I think. I hope that we're just better at the songwriting, I'm more happy with my performance on it this time. And I think, I really feel like we really went the extra mile in the writing of it, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely tell a difference from the previous album from 2019, which I fucking didn't write the name down. I was like a twat, sorry. To the new one now, you can sonically you can hear the difference straight away. So, but you had Mark Minot work on it, didn't you? Yeah. What a legend that man is.
Yeah, he's fucking class. That's I think because he's a lecturer, isn't he? So I think that's sort of his main thing. And he does do production work. So like he's not like a celebrity producer necessarily. So not everybody always knows who he is, but fucking really nice guy. Yeah,
and he knows his shit, and I think that's what comes over having that celebrity status sort of thing. Is you have a man here who lectures at Huddersfield University, but he knows what the fuck he is doing.
Yeah,
and I think that's what you need more than anything else, rather than just I had so and so because he produced this, and this. But this guy, you can hear everything, no matter what it is, where it's based or whatever. He can hear everything.
yeah, totally, man. Yeah, he really went the extra mile for us on the recording as well. Like he came to us with loads of different ideas. He actually changed the song structures at one point during the mix. And he's like, okay, I know you didn't ask me to do this, but what do you think about this? And he's coming to us with all these mad ideas, and like so many of them made it onto the record because I felt like he just really emotionally connected with it, and in a way that we needed someone to record this who was going to have that connection, and he did. And he put so many hours into the mix and the master of that. Really, really great guy. Very musically talented as well. Cool guy.
I absolutely worship the ground he walks on. So I really loved Freedom Retrograde.
Yeah.
it's quite ballady in a way.
Yeah.
And another song I was like, oh, I get this, because obviously it doesn't punch you in the face. I mean, it punches you in the face, but not in the sense of like, here comes the guitar, here's the drums, etc.
Yeah.
What made you want to put a more ballady track on there?
We just wanted like a bigger mix of songs, and we also like, I don't know. We wrote this record such a long time ago.
Sorry.
No, I have to be good at answering these. I guess I have to do press. I think we just wanted like a real mix of songs on there, and that I really wanted to write a song that. So there's a song called Cruel Optimisms, and there's Freedom Retrograde. And Cruel Optimisms was sort of Fabian's song that he wrote entirely, and me and Matt kind of just like are supporting musicians on that song. I think really that's Fabian's like brainchild. And Freedom Retrograde, and lyrically he wrote that and I wrote Freedom Retrograde, and we both decided to try and write songs that sort of distilled where we are currently at with anarchism, and just in its purest form, like what anarchism and struggle means to us. Fabian's is much more about like anarcho-nihilism, because there's a bit of a theme on the record. For me, Freedom Retrograde is meant to be just anarchism in its purest form. You can call these ideas whatever you want, and people understand. Anarchism is about organizing horizontally. It's about living the life that you want to live in any way you want, as long as in doing so you don't encroach on the rights of other people to do the same. And for me, that's like anarchism in its purest, most basic form. And you see that all around the world, in indigenous communities, in every far-flung part of the world, you find these ideas. It's not, anarchism didn't invent these principles. Anarchism is just what we call it, but people call it by all different names. I kind of want to say that in this song a little bit, that ultimately, I don't want to convert people to a political idea. I don't want to sell them a membership. I don't want to recruit them to some weird fucking political cult. I don't want them to be anarchists. I just want people to be free. I just want people to have better lives, and that's kind of what I wanted to write a song about, I guess. And I think by the time I'd written the lyrics, I realized this probably wasn't one I was just going to be screaming at people. This is maybe a little bit more delicate and nuanced, I suppose.
With writing the songs, then, do you do the music first, or is it lyrics first, or is it however it just falls together?
I write all the lyrics separately on my own. The sort of write them as sort of like poems, I guess. Although they're not good enough to be poetry, but I write them as like just separate things with no sort of real idea of melody or exactly what will happen. And then Fabian writes the songs, and then we sort of. He'll show me what songs he's got written. I bring a few different sets of lyrics, and we'll try and match up the ones that sort of work best together, and then they'll get sort of reworked and rejigged around a bit. But that's mostly how we do it. Yeah, Matt's really good at songwriting stuff and structure as well. So me and Fabian will have like a rough idea of like, okay, these lyrics go with this guitar, and this is what it sounds like together. And Matt's good at putting a bit more swing into it and a bit more sort of songwriting craft. So yeah, that's kind of how we do it.
It's always good if you have that as well. Everyone is a piece of the puzzle. It's not you're solely this. It's like, right, guys, this is what I've got. And, everyone's what about this or about that? Yeah, it's great when you have that chemistry as well. It just works.
Yeah, I'm just not smart enough to write 10 songs on my own. Fucking no way. Some people are, and that is not me. But
you need to give yourself more credit, Simon, is what you need to do.
Okay.
Stop beating yourself up so much.
Okay, fair. I'll try. Yeah, okay.
So you mentioned Cruel Optimisms that obviously Fabian wrote, which is again is a completely different track that I wasn't expecting. I'm so excited to check this out because it's such a great diverse record, even though it's classic, even though it's black metal. It's just it's great. It's fucking great. Tour wise, then, so you're up on tour starting March the 17th in Bristol in the UK. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah.
And then you've got to run through, and then you're off to Germany.
Yeah, we've got 10 UK shows in total, I guess, or something. Then we're doing got a festival in Germany, a festival in Switzerland, and then some more stuff in May, some more fests, play some more festivals over summer, and I think we're going to do like a bigger, longer European tour in October as well. But that's not that's not fully booked yet, but that's in the works as well. And then hopefully, go back to America and start next year. But yeah,
this is going to be the tour for the album.
Yeah, we've got to relentlessly promote this album for 2 years now. I suppose that is what we're contractually obliged to do. So that's what we'll do. Yeah.
Well, we'll definitely scream and shout all about it. So don't you worry about that. And I'll be getting people that I know that are metal fans that I know. I'll be like, you need this album, this band in your life. Get them in your life right now. I think I've already told a couple of people. So, what's next then, Nick? You said, I guess it's just tour the hell out of this album then for the next couple of years.
It's taken us a while to learn to play this album because it's a bit different. So that's been a bit of graft, and I just want to get this first tour done and know we can really sort of do it justice. But the shows we've done so far have been fucking great, actually. We just got to tour a lot. We started writing as well. Just started writing a couple more songs. I guess we've got to have another record out soon, I suppose. We've got to start writing that as well.
Jeez. Yeah.
Started writing a little bit. Keep on grafting, I guess. I seem to just relentlessly have to post out t-shirts. Hopefully playing shows. I mean, going on tour is the best bit for me. I think music is best when it's shared, isn't it? And the bit I love is meeting people and chatting to people. There's nothing makes me happier in this world than playing a fucking good show. You know, you played well, it all went well, and then I love just doing the merch and chatting to the people that come up, and because people chat to you about all mad shit, and I love it. You know, meeting people from all over the place. Being at the shows for me is the point of it all. And I feel like we've lost a few years here of not being able to play shows. So I can't wait to be back out in the world, engaging with music and meeting people.
Yeah, and just melting everyone's faces. I imagine it's gonna come back harder, thicker, faster. No one knows what's gonna hit them.
Yeah, sick.
One final question before I let you get out of here, which is music videos. And I'm talking about the process of them and then the final part. Love them or hate them?
I like them, actually. I never used to be a big music video man, but I've really enjoyed making these ones. We've got another one out tomorrow, maybe. I think we've got another one out tomorrow, and a single out tomorrow, which is the one I'm most proud of. I was really chuffed with that. I've actually quite enjoyed making them. They're stressful, and a huge amount of organizing has to go into booking fucking venues and like lighting and videographers, and then fucking 3 stressful days making those videos, but they were worth it, actually. And it's really nice to be pushed in a different creative direction. I never have ever tried to make films or videos in my life before, and we just had to make these sort of out necessity, actually. But I really enjoyed the process of it and come up with the ideas, and I'm really pleased and sort of proud of the ones we've done. And again, it's another way to meet people and to do shit and like see cool results and all work together on a project. I feel like as a format in general, it can be kind of hit or miss, can't they? I think like I like it. I like videos that got an interesting idea and sort of keep you engaged. Are awesome. I'm not a big fan of sort of narrative videos where there's sort of like some little storyline, and I'm not really bothered about that sort of stuff. But yeah, I guess when they're good, they're good. When they're bad would be the final answer. I enjoyed it.
I think narratives music videos are very 2000s now, though, aren't they? No one seems to really. It's more live performance videos now, I think.
Yeah.
Music videos were huge in the day. They were massive back in like late 90s, early 2000s, and those channels like sort of disappeared slightly. And and people tend to do like live show, not live performance videos now.
Yeah.
No, that's great. Simon, this has been absolutely amazing. Before I let you go, if there's any plugs, social medias, anything you want people to go and check out?
Oh my God. Please buy this record. Or at least give it a listen, please. We're on fucking all the social media things. They're easy to find if you're so inclined. We've got on the back of the record, we put a reading list on the back of the record, actually, of some of the books that inspired the writing of this record. So it'd be interesting if anybody does have a look at that. Maybe let us know what you think. Yeah, that's something. A little Easter egg on the record. I'm quite excited about.
Oh, interesting.
But yeah,
Beautiful.
listen to the record, stream it, or buy it, please.
So yeah, guys, To Know the Light is out Friday, March 24th. Purchase it, get a vinyl. The vinyls are beautiful, by the way. I saw those online earlier. Or just stream the motherfucking shit out of it. Download it, just get it in everyone's ears. It'd be greatly appreciated. Simon, this has been amazing. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat to me. I really appreciate your time.
Yeah, great chatting to you, man. This has been a laugh. It's been cool.
Thanks for listening. Make sure you keep up to date with future episodes by subscribing to our channels. For more information on this podcast, or for all the latest music news, reviews, interviews and more, head over to our website, www.therazorsedge.rocks.